Good day everyone. Our lesson this day is about 2D animation in Blender. First is we are going to open our 2D animation in Blender. So using of course the cursor of our mouse. So select the 2D animation here and then just wait for a little time and then we are on this part. So here we are going to discuss first the different parts of this Blender. So here we have the draw or the draw mode. So as you will see here, we have object mode, edit mode, sculpt mode, draw mode, weight paint, vertex paint. So those are the parts of this draw mode. Here are some of the important tools here. So we will discover some of this thing on the later part of the tutorials. So here we have file. So we can do something by importing a file or opening a specific project or recent project. So here are the recent projects, as well as we can save the latest version of our project, and we can also put some link, append, import, export, and etc. So if you are already done of your project, so you can Control O or quit. So here are some of the several parts of the edit. So you have to find those things. So in render, we have the several applications or menu for rendering of our project, as well as we have the window. We can go to new window, main window, or toggle window full screen, as well as some of the important parts of the window. Okay. And another, we have the tutorial. So if you are connected to our internet connection, we can go to tutorials. So in 2D animation, this is now we are on the 2D animation pane, as well as if we are going to shift to another 2D full canvas, so we can select this part. So that is what is called the canvas. And about composting, so it is more on the advanced mode, and then as well as the rendering. So here, so we will go back to the 2D animation, and the first parts that we are going to navigate or explore is on this left portion. So here there are several tools to use on how to create a simple object using the following tools here. So number one, we have draw, fill, erase, tint, and then cutter, as well as eyedropper to select a specific color that is already available on the screen. We can also create line, polyline, arc, curve, box, and circle. And then we can interpolate. When the interpolate is another adjustment to the specific shape that we are going to create. So here we have annotate, which is more advanced in drawing. So on this part, we have the layer. So as you will see here, we have a layer. So we can create a new layer or the layer, so by selecting this part. Okay, so there are several parts below that we can navigate or explore. So here, let us proceed now to the following. So here, let's start. These are the specific tools or advanced tools for 3D viewport, image editor, and etc. There are several things to use using the general, and then as well as for the animation, and then we have the scripting, and as well as the data, so like spreadsheet. So next is we have the tools. So we can select the render properties, and then also we can have an output properties, and then view layer properties, and then here scene properties. Here is world properties, collection properties, object properties, and then modifier properties, and visual effects properties. Physics, object constraint, object data properties, and then here is the material properties. So below we have the animation area. So these are the basic, or these are the details on how are we going to animate the 2D animation, and that is the first phase of our discussion. So now we are going to make a drawing. So how are we going to create a drawing? Again, so we are on the object mode. We can select the edit mode. So you will see here there are several items here to use. Let's say for example move, rotate, scale, transform, extrude, radius, bend, shear, transform, as well as interpolate, and then annotate. So that is under edit mode. So in the sculpt mode we have the different ways on how are we going to apply these tools. So that is for more advanced, and then as basic we should start on the draw mode. Here we have the draw mode. So again, these are the basic items that we can find or we can found on this part. So here we are going to select the first, which is draw, and then for drawing there are several tools to use. Let's say for example F brush, and then the example of the F brush is like that, this object or this line. So as you will see, we have a thicker line here, and then we can adjust this line by going to the brush setting. Okay, so as you will see here, we have the radius. So we can change the radius from 300. So we can change it to, let's say for example, is 50. So before we have this line, and now we are going to have a smaller thickness of line. Okay, next, again, let us review. So we can adjust the radius, so by typing the desired radius of your drawing, and then as you will see, it has a different stroke or thickness of the lines. Okay, so Control Z on your laptop or on your keyboard, so you can go back to the previous part of the 2D animation. So the first project that you are going to create is you are going to create circles. So first is the freehand, and that is what we so called. There is nothing but we are just going to create circle using mouse because we don't have an available tool for drawing. So we are going to use the mouse to create a circle. Okay, so the first circle, and then another circle, third circle. Okay, at least 3 circles. So you will see we have 3 circles on a freehand mode. Again, that is a freehand mode drawing of the circle. So another, we can use shift. We can press shift of the keyboard to create a smoother. So as you will see, we have a red line on the drawing. Okay, so it is more clearer or more smoother than the previous drawing of circles, though it's not perfect, but the line is smooth rather than the first drawing that we made. Okay, so next, how about if we need to use a perfect circle. Of course, we are going to use this circle. Okay, so just select that circle, and then you can create now a perfect circle. Okay, so you can press enter to add the object. Okay, so those are the methods on how to create a simple circle. So that's the simple methods on how to those are the simple methods on how to create circles. Okay, so for the meantime, we are going to save our project. Again, just enter, and then we will proceed now to file, and then afterwards just go to save as. So, and then you are going to create a folder for your project. So let's say, for example, we have a new folder here, and then you are going to rename the folder. Let's say, for example, my projects in Blender. Okay, so this time your first project must also be renamed. Okay, so here is the first output, and you are going to type the first project, and then we are going to rename this project. So let's say the specific name for this project is introduction to Blender. Okay, so we can save now the project on the folder or inside the folder. Okay, so that's all for this evening.